Alright, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Um, Looks like we lost connection on Twitch. I don't know if it's like an Xbox issue or what, etc. Either way, I apologize. We did get cut off there for a second. Thankfully, hopefully, we didn't miss much. Yeah, I don't think we missed too much. So it was only a couple minutes. At most. So, apologies, and we're back live. So let's continue on. Alright, so we got the bug. It was right there in the corner. I think that's everything here, though. Yeah, hopefully we don't have any issues with the with Twitch anymore. I don't know why it did that. Oh, we just go to the right. I can hear a slight murmur coming from behind the stone. I need to focus. The fog is too close here. Really don't like those shotgunners. I think the gun is the way to go for most stuff. These trees look recently burned, yet there is no ash around, nor any signs of burning anywhere else. I must focus. The fog is playing tricks on me. Starting to think these are like his inner thoughts. Rufus Castle, one of Goldford's favorite spots on the island. It never sat well with me. Oh my. No. No. And we need to go get them all over again. Son of a gun. Alright. This time will be... Dang, you only get one life too. Makes it rough. Maybe we'll extend it for a little bit longer than an hour. Mostly because I'm actually kind of starting to like the game quite a bit. Feel like I'm doing a little better on life this time around. Alright, we're done here. It goes fast once you know where you're going and what you're doing. It took out all my health. My God. One second. Let's finish this up. SOW will pay dearly for kidnapping and holding locals hostage. Feel a very strong presence ahead. I should break the seals on the cages before proceeding. Dang. It's getting all the cages that kind of like kick your ass. Kind of worried I won't make it again. Alright, now we did it. With this bit of health left, I'm screwed for the next area. Seems to be the last of them. Just as I expected. A knight of the Empire. Wonderful. Unfortunately, we cannot leave this place yet. I'll be the judge of that, child. If you try to lead the citizens away from here, the Elder Gaunt will surely come after us. I was under the impression that they can't harm us unless we are asleep. Normally, yes, but the Elder Gaunt is different. Enough. I'll just have to put it down then. Well, that would certainly work if the Elder God were to die. The rest of them would follow my friend here. She is the second oldest among the clan that resides here, and thus would be able to lead the remaining Gaunts away from the island. I don't think we have any other choice. He is coming right for us. Hide for now, child. I shall take care of the oversized bat. Boss. my god. Damn! A double death? Jerk. Alright. Dang! That went well considering your health. Now we can lead the citizens back to the hideout and establish a basic foothold. Once we get back, you have a lot to answer for. But of course. Wonderful! You managed to free everyone from the internment camp. You ought to make sure that any wounded are attended to, and let them rest until the drugs wear off completely. I'll be back later for a report. As you wish, my knight. Alright. Marigold, it's time for you to start speaking honestly before I break your canister. I think you should calm down, good knight. I've had enough of your lies. Clearly you have been selling me hogwash since we met. While this cape is as you described, I cannot believe a single word you said about who you are and where you came from. You know far too much just to be a brain jar that they kept in that camp. I need to know your intentions, or our cooperation ends right here. Alright. My name is irrelevant, but I was working in close proximity to the princess for the last 2 years. I thought so. As a brain, I don't exactly have the luxury to pick who I work for. I was brought in to assist with the preparations for this assault on the Empire. As such, I was kept under tight surveillance until recently. However, as soon as I saw a chance to escape, I took it. My loyalty lies with the Empire. You have to believe me, I want no part in what the princess has planned. And what would that be exactly? She plans to sacrifice everyone on the island and grow the fog. Once it's strong enough, she plans to direct it at the capital. Then, with the help of the SOW, she wants to burn the capital to the ground. She had never had her senses, but this is new even for her. She has completely lost her mind and wants to see the Empire burn, no matter the cost. I want to help you detain her. You don't have to trust me, but please believe me when I say that our goals align. I don't care what you want. You will help me by disclosing all information you have on their operations, and then we'll see how much that will weigh against the crime of collaborating with rebels. I know how most of the forces were deployed around the island, as well as where they plan to perform rituals, and in what order. Go on. The cultists and SOW soldiers plan to perform a series of rituals to create a larger glyph on the island. If they manage to do that, they can bring in their allies from beyond our world. They have made pacts with several races, and I am sure they will use them to help grow the fog. Where do they plan the next ritual? In the catacombs under St. George's Church. It's on the west side of the island. Then I shall put an end to that immediately. Let's see. Alright, well, I think it's time to switch the game for the moment. We will be playing another one of these crazy horror games. Just give me a moment to set it up. All right. So far, I'm liking it. It's got a really good story. It's just really freaking tough. That I will say, without a doubt, it is. All right. Alrighty, so I'm going to take a quick little 5-minute break here, and then we'll get right back to it, and we'll start up the next game. We got a lot to do today. I apologize. But yeah, 5 minutes. All right, welcome back, everyone. Dark Silence from Dark Silence Reviews, playing some Self-Delusion here. This is a horror game. Gonna be a pretty crazy one. Its genres are in action, fantasy, horror, indie, survival. So I expect it to be kind of tough. It is currently on a good majority of systems, so basically Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation, depending on what system you wanted to check it out on. Thinking this is gonna be kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's-ish, but I could be wrong. I haven't tried it yet. I'm actually looking forward to getting into this one because this one was a little crazy. With that being said, this is by developer and publisher Sometimes You. So, a huge shout out to that company for the stream and video opportunity. With that being said, we're going to play this for about an hour. Hopefully I don't suck at it the whole hour and we actually get some good gameplay up. Anyhow, let's get started here. We won't know what we're getting ourselves into until we try it out. So, yeah. We are currently live on Twitch and YouTube as of right now. If you wanted to chit chat, drop a line, say hi, etc., or if you just wanted to lurk, totally up to you. There's no bad way to see the video. Also gonna get up edited gameplay at a later date, sometime this week. Hoping by the 4th. And yeah, let's get started here. Let's check out what the add-ons are. Christmas Nightmare, Escape, Sinister Pumpkins. What our options are. Okay, we'll leave it there. Alright, so there are 20 achievements in the game. Quite a few of them. Find toys, light candles, etc. Matches. There's a lot of collectibles in here. Feed the oven 50 times. Drive away Anguable. Bogart. Meet Lapat. Some of these names are weird. Kolobach. Win against Kolobach. Run away with Leshy. Know the winner. The ending. Get home. Get first lesson. Okay. So. This is going to be an interesting one. Use headphones to immerse yourself in the game. Understand the location and sound of the source. The game automatically saves after each complete scene. Okay, so we go by scenes for those players who do not need increased difficulty. So, there's no difficulty achievements, so no way is a bad way to play. We'll just leave it on standard. Scene 1, The Way Home. A couple of days ago I received an alarming letter from my mother. It was strange, not like her usual letters. Mom lives in a house alone in a village where there is no electricity. I was always worried about her and wanted to take her to the city, but she categorically refused. It appears to my mother that the district has become restless. People are disappearing in neighboring villages, and strange silhouettes can be seen near the house in the evenings. Even with the bolt on the door, she doesn't feel safe. I need to visit my mother, make sure everything is fine, and persuade her to move to the city. I think it will be easier to do now. I've been on the road for 2 days, and I don't feel well. The priority is to make it to the house where I can at least get some rest. On the night of September 9th, in the orphanage near the village of Borovoy, a fire broke out. According to reports, the fire was caused by reckless fire safety. When emergency services arrived on the scene, the building had completely burned down. One source said a single child escaped that terrible incident, as did a teacher who was absent at the time of the fire. If someone is rolling, you can't hear the steps, then without looking back, as fast as possible, run away. Only in the light of wax candles. You will not be eaten by the kolobok with razor fangs. Scene 2. First 3 lessons. I can't even remember for how long I haven't seen my mom. Of course, we wrote letters to each other, but I rejected her every invitation to visit for some reason. Everything I did at work was very important to me. Now that I am entering the house, I feel an inexplicable fear. What if my mother's fears are not baseless and I arrive too late? I'm so tired. I'm just falling off my feet and all sorts of nonsense is coming into my head. Now I'll see my mother. Calm down and everything will be fine. Lesson 2. If you hear a scratching noise, watch out for a lapot on the floor. If you see one, don't step on it. A tale about the bath shoes lapot. One day a grandmother wove bath shoes for her grandson. Made of the best wood bark, a sight to behold, she warned him to take care of them, because the base shoes are magical, made with love. The boy did not listen to his grandmother, and exchanged them for a toy wooden horse. He was riding, having fun all day long. The boy woke up the next morning, and the bath shoes were standing next to him. He ran out into the street. The bath shoes followed him. He ran faster than ever through the village, shouting. He grazed all his feet in the blood running barefoot, and made the whole village laugh at him. You need to respect others' work. Ooh. Lesson 1. You need to survive for a certain time. The main interface is located at the bottom left side of the screen. It has a timer that counts until the end of the level. Lesson 3. Find toys throughout the house and throw them into the oven to keep it calm. If the oven's anger level reaches 100%, Then the house will be filled with smoke and you won't be able to breathe. Pay attention to the indicator on the main interface and don't let this happen. Oh my god. Okay. Scene 3. You can't keep warm by the cold oven. You need to survive an hour of game time, 5 minutes of real time. The main interface is located at the bottom, left side of the screen. It has a timer that counts until the end of the level. Oh, it's survival. Oh my god, okay. When you left, your mother was bereft. Fear began to slowly consume her. The longer you are gone, the stronger we became. Do you think you were a good daughter? To leave when your mother needed you so much. If you want, we'll leave you two alone. Will you play by our rules? Hold out until the morning. Your victory, should you fall, we take you both. Scene 4, the fourth lesson. The house has changed. Before there were none of these creatures in it, and mushrooms did not grow on the walls. I don't feel safe. Like a pair of evil eyes are watching me from every dark corner. Why is this happening to me? I love my mom very much, so I won't go anywhere without her. Oh man, we survived the first hour. Dang. What is this game? Kind of reminds me of Emily. Okay. Lesson 4. If a kolobok sees you, stand by a lit candle to scare it off. A candle safety zone is indicated by a circle of ruins. Candles do not stay lit forever though, and some creatures can even light them or snuff them out. Always try to have matches on hand. The tale of the kolobok. Once upon a time, in a cottage tucked away into the edge of an ancient dark forest, there lived a very old, very poor couple, weak with hunger. The old man said to his wife, "Look around the home and see if you can scrape together enough flour to make a kolobok." She combined carefully, though, every container and cabinet, but the old woman was only able to find a handful of flour and a few other ingredients. With care, she combined them, kneaded the dough, and shaped it into a bread roll called a kolobok, which she baked and laid on the window sill to cool. However, their greedy neighbors smelled the delicious aroma. They gnashed their teeth in jealousy, saying, "It's not fair that we go hungry while our neighbors have plenty." They stole the kolobok and threw it into the forest. The old couple cried for a long time, for that was all they had, and there was nothing that could be done. Since that day, no one has gone near the forest. People say the kolobok rolls around in the dark, growing and gobbling up woodland animals and anything else in the path. This is why people should never envy that which another person has. So, a creature of envy and jealousy. Ooh. It's a really messed up tale. Scene 5. I'll eat you myself. If a colo box sees you, stand by a lit candle and scare it off. A candle safety zone is indicated by a circle of ruins. Candles do not stay lit forever, though, and some creatures can even light them or snuff them out. Always try to have matches on hand. If there are sparks around a colo box, it means that for some time it will not attack you. Oh my god, he killed me. Let's try again. Scene 6, Assembly Hall. Fairy tales have been read to me as a child, but I don't remember any such thing happening in any of them. If at first I hoped that all this was just a bad dream, and that I would soon wake up in my bed, now I don't understand what is real and what is not. Meanwhile, I only lasted a couple of hours, and it's still a very long time to wait until dawn. We're on hour 3 now. Oh my god. Lesson 5. Quickly turn off objects that have gone mad, otherwise the Leshy will enter the house and wander. If the Leshy does not come in, it will leave after a certain time as long as it doesn't detect you. Hide if you need to. For this purpose, chests and wardrobes are suitable. Make sure that the Leshy doesn't detect where you are hiding. September 21st. This day will forever remain the date of a most terrible tragedy. The horror of this day lies not only in the large number of victims, but also in the inexplicable circumstances of the incident. At 11 o'clock in the morning, screams began to be heard coming from school number 401. The fire alarm had been activated. Children and teachers began to leave, but not everyone was able to escape in time. Emergency services arrived quickly at the scene and extinguished the fire. It turns out the fire may not be the only cause of death. Interrogation of eyewitnesses revealed there seemed to be more going on within the school at the time. Children and teachers have reported strange creatures coming out of nowhere, grabbing people and dragging them away in an unknown direction. The Tale of the Leshy. Near one village there was a dark forest temple. From ancient times the inhabitants had been bringing gifts there, asking for protection and blessings. The more valuable the gift was, the more you could ask for. The inhabitants found out that the war was coming to them, and there was no escape from it. There is only one hope, a sacrifice at the temple. And out of fear for their lives in the face of the coming disaster, people brought a terrible sacrifice. Their firstborn slaughtered at the temple. Thus, they created for themselves a strong protector, Leshy, but they lost their souls at the same moment. They rotted away, and their trace disappeared from the human world forever. People say the Leshy, incarnate by the evil, still roams the forest. Therefore, you should not make noise and shout in the wilderness of the forest. Otherwise, you can attract Leshy's attention and bring great misfortune on yourself. Ooh. Oh, great. This is going to be a pain in the ass. I could already tell. I'm not going to like that Leshy. Scene 7. A lot of noise, but little sense. Quickly turn off all objects that have gone mad, otherwise the Leshy will enter. Wonder if the Leshy does come in, it will leave after a certain time as long as it doesn't detect you. After what transpired at the school, Lena opened up to me. It is clear now what happened in the orphanage those few years ago. Lena is a kind child who is unable to stand up for herself. As I understand it, she was mocked, which made her cry, resulting in this terrible event occurring. I don't think anyone connected what happened to her, but we both know that the problem will continue. Lena doesn't want to go to school anymore. She doesn't want to go anywhere. An acclaimed specialist was recommended to me at the Research Institute of Brain and Technology. I must help my daughter at any cost if necessary. Agree to any research. Damn it all. The Leshy. I knew I was gonna hate that stupid Leshy. And the Lapat killed me. He was the easiest one to dodge, and I screwed that up. One each there. Damn it. my god. I knew he was gonna get me the minute he rolled in. So ridiculous. Man, this game is tough at this hour. We're only 4 hours in. Scene 8, Lesson 6. I saw how a creature entered the house in front of me, and now it's wandering around here. Its howling makes my blood run cold. I just want to run and hide. I remember how as a child I loved to hide in a chest. It was my personal fortress where no one could harm me. It's good that even after so many years, I can hide in it. Lesson 6. If you hear the roar of the antsy ball, you can chase it away by ringing the bell in front of the window that it's attempting to enter. Try to determine its location using the sound it makes. It's easier to do this with headphones. Be quick, because you cannot hide once it enters. Oh man. Scene 9. Old Bell Tower. The place drawn on that painting looks surprisingly familiar, as if I had been there before. I remember there being a storm as well. This is by far going to be the hardest chapter of this game. I'm not even kidding. This is going to be tough, and I already know it. The Tale of the Ansibal. One day a family went to the fair to earn money, and the son was left to look after the house. They told him, don't open the door for strangers, don't stay up until dark, and put ringing bells on the window at night so that the evil spirits of the forest do not enter the house. The boy ignored the parental instructions and just went to bed. In the middle of the night, he heard that someone was walking around the house, scratching the walls, looking for the entrance to the house. The boy looked out the window, and there was Ansbel. The horns were huge, the mouth was toothy, the claws on the paws were like scythes. A strong bolt hung on the door, so Ansbel could not get through it, and decided to climb through the window. The boy was scared. He wanted to hide, but how can you hide from such a monster? He remembered what his parents had told him. Found bells and ring. As soon as the monster climbed through the window, it heard the bell ringing, howled, and fled into the whole forest. Honor and respect your parents, and listen carefully to their advice. Diary of a Belfry Keeper. For 20 years I looked after the bell tower and rang the bell every morning. But now the piece of junk is in danger to others. The kids have gotten into the habit of climbing it without asking, so the doors have been closed. When I closed the iron gate at the top, I dropped the key. Judging by the sound, it fell to the platform below. I won't search anymore, besides the spell will never ring again. Scene 10. Evening Bells. If you hear the roar of an ansible, you can chase it away by ringing the bell in the front of the window that is attempting to enter. Try to determine its location using the sound it makes. It's easier to do this with headphones. Be quick because you cannot hide once it enters. However, if there are no bells on the windows, you will have to find them all at the beginning. Some houses have a lot of useful things in the attic. Oh, great. Oh my god. How? How are you supposed to survive like 12 monsters at once? Like, come on. It's so not possible. It's not fair. All right, let's try again. According to the results of our psychological test and brain scans, the patient is in sound mental health and completely healthy. If it were not for the incident at School 401, I would declare it safe to stop research and focus more on the child's imagination. However, the testimonies of numerous children and teachers, coupled with evidence of the destruction, leave no doubt that we are witnessing an interesting phenomenon. There's a theory formulating that when Lena is stressed, she unconsciously releases creatures into our world. More research needs to be done. Oh, I think I remember watching a show or something that had something to do with something similar like that. Anyhow. Son of. Oh my god! I was 1 second away. I almost had that chapter. Damn it. I can't find that last bell. Oh my god. I hate that thing. Oh, that time I found the bells, but everything burnt. Oh my god. This level is tough. It's always 5 to 6 seconds away. Jeez. I feel like I had it there. That I screwed up myself this time. Son of a gun. Scene 11. Scene 11, the seventh lesson. Not only did Astonbull try to get into the house through the window, but the rest of the creatures tried to catch me as well. It's good that there was bells in the attic. Without them, I would not have survived. Lesson 7. No room is safe. The Boggart can attack or rob you if you do not drive him away with the bright light of the kerosene lamp, even though he won't let go of you that easily. Tale of the Oven. A long time ago, a family had an old oven. The oven warmed the house very little. Every day, the owner scolded it, so they began to drown it with raw firewood and not to rake out the ashes. The oven started to smoke. The owners got even angrier at the oven. They began throwing rotten firebrands into the furnace in a bad house. Even evil feels at ease. An evil spirit appeared in the oven and turned the oven on its owners. The hour of sleep came and the stove began to smoke more than ever. Nobody woke up in the morning. People who live in glass houses should never throw stones. The Tale of the Wandering Light. Once upon a time there was a girl living in a village. She loved to play and walk like all the other girls. One day grandmother said to her, "Always come back before dark, because if you linger on your way home, you may see a wandering light. But don't follow it. Such a light would only bring misfortune. Darkness comes early in autumn." It seemed like a sunny day, and suddenly darkness had come, and nothing is visible. The girl had been playing for a long time, and it was time to go home. Suddenly she saw a light in the darkness of the forest. A beautiful and bright light attracted her. She forgot about her grandmother's warnings. and followed the light. The light moved further and further, and the girl was trying to chase it. She ran for a long time but couldn't catch up with it. The light laughed and went out. She was left in the dark alone with the forest, evil spirits and fears. She called her grandmother, but no one could hear her. The girl returned home only in the morning. She was all gray-haired. Nobody knows what she saw there, but she has been silent since then and doesn't leave the house anymore. The tale of the Bogart. Bogart lived in an old hut. He kept order, didn't let strangers into the house, tidied up. Also, sometimes he was mischievous. The owners of the house were old and infirm, but they respected the Bogart. They always left him either honey, gingerbread, or berry jam. Once the owners were gone, the Bogart was left alone in the hut. Is there much point in cleaning and pranks when there is nobody around? He began to lose his mind from sadness and loneliness. He became embittered at the whole wide world. Years have passed. The new family decided to settle in the hut to establish a household, but at that point, the Bogart had become completely deranged. Either he would throw burning coals into the straw from the oven, or he would beat the dishes, or even he himself would rush at the owners from a dark corner. The owners got scared by unclean forces and they burned the hut. Nobody says the Bogart did not die in the fire, but began to go from house to house to do evil deeds. What? What just happened? Oh my god. Scene 12. Is the Boggart friend to Leshy? No room is safe. The Boggart can attack or rob you if you do not drive him away with the bright light of the kerosene lamp, even though he won't let go of you that easily. Jeez. Scene 13, corridors, disgusting Bogart. Thought that was the owner of my house. Showed him how wrong he was. What next? Will the creatures keep their promise? And will I see my mother? Only hope gives me strength. The Tale of the Scarecrow. Many holidays are celebrated in our village, but my favorite is Maslenitsa. I believe that's the way. Maslenitsa. The people are tired after a cold winter and are looking for warmth. That's why we burn stuffed straw at the stake. One girl decided to make such a scarecrow that everyone in the village would envy. She sewed bags with marsh sedge and filled them with draw straw. She made its eyes out of buttons and painted its mouth with red paint. The girl was very satisfied with her work. Evening has come. All the neighbors are having fun, celebrating and burning stuffed straws. The girl did not want to burn her scarecrow, decided to keep it for herself. Items must be used for their intended purpose. A thing without a purpose is not needed, and the unclean power starts up in it. And so it happened. The scarecrow was created to burn, so it was looking for the fire and heat, and found it. Scarecrow caught fire from a candle, and the whole hut burned down. There is a place for everything, and everything has its place. Damn it all! Okay. These things, man. Hey, 750 gamer score ready for the game. Didn't even notice that. I'm actually kind of liking this game quite a bit. Oh, man. Pierce the heart of Lico. Drive away bugger 10 times. Alright, let's try again. The extra stimulation helped. Lena subconsciously realized that her mother needed her help, and because of the age presets of the stimulation, she acts boldly and wisely. Strange things are happening in the research center. People are experiencing headaches and fatigue. It is especially difficult for people who work the night shift. Some of the people even claim to have seen strange creatures in the corridors. We have not yet fully identified parasitic EMP from an SD machine because during development we were in a hurry to conduct the first test. Looks like additional shielding is needed. Where the absolute hell am I supposed to go in this place? Oh no, this level's tough. matches nowhere. That was close, though. That was very close. Well, damn. I think we should give it a break here and maybe set up for some Marvel vs. Capcom collection. I don't know. The night is young. Probably take a little bit of a break and then get back to it. That's what I'm thinking. Anyhow, once again, thank you all very much for watching. This is a really cool game. Both of them are pretty, interesting for indies. I actually like it quite a bit. So, I will probably get back to it on some point pretty soon here. Alright, so we have 2 more hours to go, basically. the hardest ones. And there's 3 different endings and different creepy moments we'll check out. Anyhow, I may do that off stream. If that's the case, maybe not. If not, I'll couple it with another game, and then we'll see where we go from there. Anyhow, we'll be playing some Marvel vs. Capcom collection here in a bit, so I'll catch you guys back in maybe an hour and some change. 2 hours maximum. I expect to be live by 12. Anyhow, once again, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And yeah, let's take a break here and then get back to another one.